This is WGAL8 Brainbusters, our 20th season. We're here at Studio A, where all crew, players, and audience members are fully vaccinated as we follow strict COVID protocols.
From Studio A, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a half hour of challenging questions and answers. We are just a few games away from welcoming back our winning teams. Today we have two newcomers, Gettysburg and Middletown, and both of these teams want to return for a second appearance. But of course we have the wild card spots. The highest scoring of the non-winning teams will also advance. So every question, every point is important, beginning now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Welcome to all six of you. Pick up those signaling buttons. Let's use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. It began in 1914. It ended in 1918. Which war was it? Ben?
World War I.
World War I for 10 points. You are correct. Apple iPhone runs on the OS system. What system did Google unveil in 2007? We stumped you on the Android system. The state of Alaska borders this Canadian territory where gold was discovered in the Klondike. Ben?
Yukon.
The Yukon Territory was in 1897 for another 10 points. On October 13th, 2021, he blasted off and became the oldest person to ever fly to space. Gabriella?
Jeff Bezos?
No, not he. Sorry, who? And that's Kim.
William Shatner?
William Shatner was the actor from Star Trek on the Blue Origin. Correct. Juliet was a Capulet. What was Romeo's last name?
Montague.
Gabriella. Montague is correct. Its proper name is Polaris, but it has a more familiar name. What is this, Lucas?
The North Star?
The North Star is the star that's used for navigation. According to Article 2 of the Constitution, this body must approve presidential appointments, which, Lucas again?
The legislation?
No, sorry, that's incorrect, which sometimes leads to positions left unfilled for years. Which body is it, Gabriella?
The Senate?
The Senate is advised, and consent is the power of the U.S. Senate. In J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, he has a sword named Sting. Who is the Hobbit? Gabriella again.
Bilbo Baggins?
Bilbo Baggins is the one, yes. In 1906, the Pure Food and Drug Act was passed largely in response to this novel by Gabriella.
The Jungle by Upton Sinclair?
That's the one. It exposed unsanitary conditions at the Chicago stockyards. It's the only chess move that requires you to move two pieces simultaneously.
Castle?
Lucas. Castle is correct. The pieces, of course, are the rook and the king. And now it's time for the big brain buster, brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. More than 20,000 workers died in the 10 years it took to build it, most of them from yellow fever and malaria. What waterway connecting the, Lucas?
The Panama Canal?
The Panama Canal is the waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans that opened in 1915. Congratulations, Gettysburg. Oregon becomes the 33rd state. Silver is discovered at the Comstock Lode in Nevada. John Brown is hanged after seizing the armory at Harper's Ferry. What's the year? 1759, 1859, or 1959? Ben?
1859.
1859 is the correct answer. You would go to an auditorium to listen. What would you do in a natatorium? Lucas?
Swim?
You would swim, yes. Introduced in 1913, this new mental exercise had empty interlocking squares to be filled when down and across clues were solved. New York, Gabriella?
Crossword puzzle?
Crossword puzzle. New York Times launched theirs in 1942. In October 2021, the G20 endorsed a global minimum tax of 15% for large businesses. In what city did the world leaders meet for the G20 summit? Draven?
New York City?
Not New York, no, sorry, incorrect. Anybody from Gettysburg? We stumped you on Rome. Lenny and George are the main characters in this short novel by John Steinbeck. What is this story, Gabriella?
Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men is the story of two migrant workers and their plans. Mount Pinatubo was the largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century, sending more than 30 trillion pounds of debris into the air. In what country did that's Ben?
The Philippines.
The Philippines. Mount Pinatubo exploded in June 1991. It's a very attractive body. There's one at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. In fact, there may be one at the, Ben again.
Black hole.
A black hole at the center of every galaxy. You are correct. It was the fortified heights above ancient Athens, once the center of Athenian life, now the site of famous ruins, including the Parthenon. What was it called? Ben.
Acropolis.
Acropolis, an amazing site. He died in 1904, less than 6 months after the premiere of The Cherry Orchard. Who is this Russian playwright? We stumped you on Anton Chekhov. In it, Jonathan Swift suggested that the best way to solve the problems of poverty and overpopulation in Ireland was, Gabriella,
A Modest Proposal.
it was to raise children and be eaten by the wealthy English. Yes, you are correct, A Modest Proposal. It's the second largest French-speaking city in the world. It's the capital and largest city of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Kinshasa, you buzzed in time because that sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. What a great game going, 120 to 170, but we have a lot of game coming up. We have the one-on-one rapid fire coming up in a matter of minutes when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues after this break.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, you're just in time to meet Mrs. Catherine Small. She is the coach from Gettysburg. She teaches English and sometimes French as well. And she's been a coach for the Gettysburg team, and we really appreciate her bringing such a great team to Studio A. Now, next to her is the team's alternate. This is Spencer Kennedy. You're a junior. Thanks for being here. Multi-talented, percussion, theater, tennis, and you like calculus.
I do, surprisingly enough.
That's great. No, it's not surprising enough. It goes to show the kind of person you are. Great to have you here. Now, next to Spencer, we have 2 coaches from Middletown. Miss Jody Wenrick, you're the biology teacher. And next to Jody is Trevor Davis, and he is the teacher of the gifted. Thank you both for being here. Thanks for being such a strong team to Studio A. And now we have a great game going, 120 to 70, and I know Middletown has their work to do, cut out for them, but they can do it in today's one-on-one rapid fire round. This is a great opportunity to meet our players and see what's going on and have them work together one-on-one. So first we say hello to Kim. Kim, it's great to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
I don't have the papers. And you, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
And junior, and what do you do outside of school that?
I play the French horn.
And how long have you been playing the French horn for?
7+ years at this point.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. And now we say hello to Tyson. Tyson, you are a freshman, I believe, at Middletown. And what do you do outside of school?
Outside of school, I like to be creative, whether that be art or music. I like to spend time with my family and at my church.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both for being here. Kim and Tyson, let's put you 2 one-on-one. An isosceles right triangle has a 90-degree angle. What are the other 2 angles? Kim?
45.
They are indeed 45, yes. When Walt Whitman wrote, "On the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead," which president was his captain?
Abraham
Kim
Lincoln.
again.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, and the poem, of course, "Oh Captain, My Captain." And finally, in the 1830s, the citizens of this state named their new cities after famous ancient cities. Rome, Troy, Syracuse, and Ithaca, for example. Which state is it, Kim?
New York.
New York. You dominated all 3 of those questions, giving your team a very strong lead. And now let's meet our next players. First, we're going to say hello to Ben Fisher. Ben is a junior, and you're a junior, but I know you're starting to think about college and you're starting to think about moving out of the house. So what are you looking forward to most after graduation?
I'm going to try to go to college in the UK. I just want to do something a little different from everyone else.
And I assume that some of the dynamics of getting into a college in the UK takes a little bit of different testing and requirements?
Yeah, just a little, a little difficult learning the application process, but I hope it'll be worth it.
Your parents are ready to send you across the Atlantic? Are your parents ready to send you? They are? Okay. All right, good. Well, we'll talk to them after the show. Gabriella Pishbilski is a senior. You did very well in that first round of play, and it's nice to have you here. You answered A Modest Proposal, which is one of my favorite short stories. And what do you do for fun outside of school?
I love to take care of my pets. I have so many pets at my house. I have a dog, I have 2 guinea pigs, and I have 3 pet rats, and they're all super sweet.
And do they live in the house with you?
Yeah.
All of them. Okay. Well, Gabriella and Ben, let's put you 2 one-on-one. It's a verb that requires an object, such as she sent or he washed. What kind of verb is it, Gabriella?
Transitive?
It is a transitive verb. Yes, good for you. Eggshells and seashells are phosphates of this element. Pearls and Gabriella.
Calcium?
Calcium, yes, pearls and marble are carbonates. Another 10 points coming your way. And now it's time for the Millersville Epic Question of the Week.
On Mount Rushmore, he's between Jefferson and Lincoln. As president, he was between Taft and McKinley. Who was he?
Gabriella.
Theodore Roosevelt?
He's the one. Good for you. You dominated those questions and really helped your team beautifully. 150 to 100. And now let's meet our final players in today's match. First from Gettysburg, it's a pleasure to welcome Lucas Oberholzer Hess, and he's a senior. And we asked, what do you do really well? And you talked about a sport that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I play professional disc golf outside of school.
And what is disc golf?
It's essentially golf, but using frisbees into metal targets, and you play it in the woods.
Oh, I see the people at the park doing that. I get it now. That's called disc golf. Okay, and there's an actual team with Gettysburg that?
No, it's not a team. I just do it on my own.
Just on your own, just something fun outside school. Draven Murty, and he is a sophomore from Middletown, and it's great to have you here. And when we asked what you do outside of school, you actually do something that you're looking for to build a career out of.
Yeah, I write sports articles online for Border Fuel Sports, and I run my own podcast.
Fantastic. So these sports articles, are they national sports, local sports?
Primarily they're national, yeah, but primarily around the NFL right now.
Good for you. Well, maybe we'll see you here as a sportscaster or sports writer right here at WGAL8. Okay, Draven and Lucas, let's put you two one-on-one. Maya Lynn's black granite V-shaped wall inscribed with the names of the dead and the missing is one of the most visited memorials in Washington, D.C. What war does it commemorate? Draven?
Vietnam.
The Vietnam War is correct. There are 20 regions, including Abruzzo, Basilicata, Calabria, Lombardia, Toscana, and Umbria. What European country is it? Lucas?
Italy?
Italy is correct. And finally, in a stunning production with life-size puppets, this movie became a hot Broadway show since 1997. What is the story of Mufasa, Scar, and Simba? Draven?
The Lion King.
The Lion King, of course, is correct. Look at those scores, 160 to 110. We still have a great game going, and now we're going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second lightning. Now, Gabriella, your team is behind at this point, but only by 40 points, so you will select first among these three quizzes. We have potpourri, S it is, and alphabetter.
S it is.
S it is, yes, it's S. For 10 points, identify the following people, places, and things whose names all begin with the letter S. Now, Gabriella, I take your answer as the team's answer, but Draven and Tyson are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. The chemical element whose symbol is S.
Sulfur.
Sulfur is correct. You don't need your buzzer. A group of letters added to the end of a word to change its meaning. That's a suffix. The river that runs through Paris, France.
Seine.
Seine is correct. This Union general burned Atlanta and captured Savannah in 1864.
Sherman.
Sherman, yes, the last name of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and OJ.
Simpson.
Correct. A day of rest for Christians, it's Sunday. For Jews, it's Saturday.
Sabbath.
Sabbath, Norway, Sweden, Denmark collectively.
Scandinavian.
Correct. In a triangle with no equal sides.
Scaling.
Correct. He wrote One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish.
Dr. Seuss.
He's the one. This country lasted from 1922 to 1991. It broke up.
Soviet Union.
Correct. This punctuation mark is used between two independent clauses of a compound sentence.
Semicolon.
Correct. What molds, yeasts, and ferns used to reproduce.
Spores.
Spores, yes. He wants his pound of flesh in The Merchant of Venice. Shylock. It's computer software that secretly monitors the user's behavior.
Spyware.
Spyware, yes. This Alabama city, and we were going for Selma. Good job. 12 correct. 120 points came your way. Okay, Ben, it's up to you with alphabetter or potpourri.
Potpourri.
Potpourri. A potpourri of questions. You'll earn 10 points each for identifying this variety of people, places, and things. Ben, I take your answer as the team's answer. Lucas and Kim are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. The list of actors in a play are something for a broken leg.
Cast.
Cast. What chemical element has the symbol U?
Uranium.
Correct. The number of lines in a sonnet.
14.
Correct. On what ship did the Pilgrims arrive in 1620?
Mayflower.
Correct. What is the average IQ?
100.
Correct. In what country is Gaelic the national and first official language?
Ireland.
Correct. How many great-grandparents do you have? 8. How many hearts does an octopus have?
3.
3. What ancient Greek storyteller is credited with dozens of fables?
Aesop.
Aesop, he's the one. What famous battle did Napoleon fight in Belgium in 1815?
Waterloo.
Yes. How many stars are there on the U.S. flag?
50.
Correct. What sport is played on a pitch between 2 wickets?
Cricket.
Cricket. In an area, what is the smallest of the 5 Great Lakes?
Ontario.
Ontario. What novel by James Fenimore Cooper is subtitled A Narrative of 1757? The Last of the Mohicans. Who is the longest reigning British monarch?
Victoria.
No, Elizabeth II. In which Canadian province is the capital of Ottawa located?
Ontario.
Ontario is correct. What is produced by calving from a glacier? And that is an iceberg. Well done. Good teamwork. 13 correct. So 130 points came your way. Look at those scores, 290 to 240. We're in for a high-scoring game. But it's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. So during our break, each team member will wager 0, 5, or 10 points based on their knowledge of brands. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues after this.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters. We're here with Gettysburg and Middletown. These are 2 great teams. We have a high-scoring game. But let's see what happens now with today's bonus Brainbuster. During our break, each team member wagered 0, 5, or 10 points on the one question that they can lose points on with their knowledge of brands. We're going to go into the News 8 newsroom with Jerry Gish because he has today's question. Jerry.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster question. Love's, Pampers, Downy, Bounce, Gain, Tide, Bounty, Charmin, Gillette, Head & Shoulders, Old Spice, Cascade, Dawn. All of these are products made by what Cincinnati company? Again, Love's, Pampers, Downy, Bounce, Gain, Tide, Bounty, Charmin, Gillette, Head & Shoulders, Old Spice, Cascade, Dawn. These are some of the products made by a Cincinnati company. What corporation is it? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio A. Rich.
Thanks, Jerry. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Everybody's finished. We'll just wait for Kim to close her pen. I know most of us use at least one of those products. Kim, we'll start with you. Do you know what brand it is? It is J&J. No, I'm sorry, it is not J&J. So we're going to deduct 5 points so far. Ben, do you have the right answer? Procter & Gamble, you are correct. So that's 5 points added, so it keeps you at 0 so far. Lucas, Dove, no, I'm sorry. So we're going to deduct 5 points from your score in all for this. All right, Tyson, it's up to you. Target, no, sorry. I'm sure they sell those products there, but no, I'm sorry, we can't accept that. Gabriella, did you have the right answer? And Unilever, no, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So we're going to deduct points on there. And then we have also a 10-point J&J, so I believe that's 20-point deduction total, taking you to 220 to 285. So we still have a great game going, but now all the marbles are coming up in today's Final Frenzy. This time it's 20-point questions. Middletown, you have some work to do, but you can do it now, beginning now. Sweden is predominantly Lutheran. Mexico is overwhelmingly Catholic. Gabriella. Oh, sorry, not complete the question. For Gettysburg, what is the principal religion of Indonesia? Ben.
Islam.
Islam is correct. The annexation of Texas was a key issue in the 1844 presidential election. What candidate favored annexation and won the election? Ben again.
James K. Polk.
He's the one, yes. It's Joy Harjo in the United States, Simon Armitage in the United Kingdom. What title is given to the official national poet? That's Kim.
Poet Laureate.
You are correct, Kim. Yes, it is said that he cut the Grand Canyon by dragging his pick behind him. Who was Kim again?
Paul Bunyan.
He's the one. Latin is the ancestor of Spanish, Portuguese, and French. What language is the ancestor of Punjabi, Bengali, Urdu, and Hindi? Ben.
Sanskrit.
Correct. On an alphabetical list of all the Supreme Court justices since 1789, he would be first. Who was appointed in 2006? Ben.
Alito.
He's the one. His death in 1989 wasn't announced until 4 days after his funeral. Who was the solitary author of stark plays like Endgame, Waiting for Godot, and Krapp's Last Tape? We stumped you on Samuel Beckett. It's the 13th letter of the Greek alphabet, an African antelope, and an adjective meaning modern or unfamiliar. What is this homophone? Gabriella.
New.
New. How many rabbits would be produced by a single pair if each new pair produced another rabbit every month? What series of numbers turned out to be the solution to this strange problem, Ben?
Fibonacci sequence.
You're correct, sir. Yes, it is the lightest metal and the third lightest element on the periodic table. What is it?
Lithium.
Tyson.
Lithium.
Lithium is correct. Denver is the largest city in Colorado. The second, Draven.
Pass.
Oh, sorry. The second largest city in Colorado is the home of the U.S. Air Force Academy. What is it, Kim, Ben, or Lucas? Ben.
Colorado Springs.
That's correct. In multiplication, it holds that the quantity A times B times C is equal to A times the quantity of B times C. What is this law of mathematics called? Gabriella.
Commutative property?
Not the commutative. No, sorry. Kim.
Transitive property?
No, it's the associative property. During the presidency of John Adams, 3 U.S. diplomats in Paris were told to come up with a hefty bribe before they could negotiate with the French. What was this incident called, Ben?
XYZ affair.
Correct. It was the decade in the 1900s full of new presidents, and that was the 1920s we were going for. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. Congratulations, Gettysburg, a very strong performance. Middletown, we may see you for the wild card spot, but we hope to see everybody in just a few short moments for some final words.
Scorekeeping for WGAL 8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL 8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, congratulations to our teams for a great game. This is one of our highest scoring games, but of course we're going to see Gettysburg guaranteed to return for round 2. Will we see Middletown? Well, we still have a couple games left to decide if they're going to make the wild card spot. Coming up on the next WGAL 8 Brainbusters, we have 2 great teams coming. We have Trinity and Northeastern, and we are expecting another fantastic game. We thank you for your time, and we hope to have the pleasure of your company next time. So from everybody here at WGAL and Brainbusters, thanks for watching, and so long for now.